And so I would say they are arguably the most destructive actor in our national economy and potentially in the global economy. And I'm glad that because of Senator Sanders' advocacy on labor rights issues, that Madam Clinton, Secretary Clinton, has picked up on that. Where has she been for 25 years? Where has she been on that issue for 25 years? She has never said a word about Walmart. Is it possible that she hasn't said a word because she used to sit on the board of directors of the Walmart Corporation? And she's taken thousands of dollars from them, both in that position, and I'm sure if we look at her election filings, that the money has come from them as well. So how can I trust her as someone who's been in the grassroots, in the trenches, fighting for labor rights issues for 20 years? Why would I trust her now when she has never done anything to show that she's been committed on that issue?
Well, let me tell you this, and you're being a little rough, and I'm going to be a little rough too. First of all, if anybody in this room is going to start down this path, as Jim is, saying, I can't trust Hillary, you are, in my opinion, buying into the Republican mantra, the Republican spin that I've been hearing against not only her, but a lot of other Democrats, including President Obama, for the last, 8, 10, 20 years. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. I really am. The only reason why people don't trust, in my opinion, Jim, the only reason why, there's a certain element that doesn't trust Hillary Clinton is because they just keep hearing the same thing on Fox News and every other every newspaper that's, bought and sold by Republicans in the right wing on a regular basis. It says, don't trust her, don't trust her, don't trust her. And if you keep repeating that over and over again, I'm not saying you, but if we collectively keep thinking that way and repeating it over and over again, then we're just going to fall into that message machine, which the right wing, in my opinion, controls and can be used against any one of us. So I don't buy it. I don't really want to hear about, the Republican message machine that says that she's untrustworthy or Obama's untrustworthy or Frank Pallone is untrustworthy. Well, whatever, I'm just being honest. Jim is being kind of rough, so I'm going to be rough too. I don't want us as a party to start buying into that mantra, because that's what it is.
Frank,
now,
what did you say about Walmart?
As far as workers' rights concerns, I mean, nobody's been closer to labor and the unions, than Hillary Clinton. I mean, most of the labor unions support Hillary Clinton, and she has been out front on labor rights, collective bargaining, minimum wage. I don't know, the list is so long. For as long as I can remember, she started out her career, instead of going to, after she graduated from law school, instead of going to private practice and making money, she went out with the Children's Defense Fund, fighting for, civil rights. And she's always been out front on union rights. So I just, Jim, I know that, I don't know what money she takes from Walmart or whatever. I think, it is very difficult for anybody who's been in office for a long period of time and has the experience that she does or that I do, without, you finding some company or corporation that you think is doing a terrible job that, that's contributing to us. We need campaign finance reform, but in the meantime, we can't raise money just from individuals. I can't raise money just from individuals and run a race. There's no way to do it.
Bernie's
I'd love to have you all, contribute, and I'll run my race with $50 donations or $5 donations, but it's just not happening.
But it is happening for Senator Sanders. I think that this question really comes down to this, that there are perhaps two generic flavors of people who are running for office. I think that there's no amount of opposition research you could do on Congressman Pallone that would come up with anything even close to some of the issues that have been raised about Secretary Clinton. And I think one of the issues that has to be examined in this race, it's not about the Republican spin machine, it's a question of judgment. It's a question of temperament. And I think one of the things that troubles me is that a person who knows that they're going to run for president of the United States, they know that. They are preparing for that. And in the process of doing that, take speaking fees from Wall Street corporations at $250,000 a pop, you have to ask yourself a question. Were they asleep when they did that, or did they just not care about the impact it has? Because it certainly raises a question. When somebody pays you $250,000 to give a speech, it raises a question as to why would they give you that much money, or what do they expect in return for it? Because I know that $250,000, even in New Jersey, is a lot of money, and if you get it for a speech, somebody's paying for a reason.